Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the game. Drizzt is now faced with quite a large challenge ahead of him as he is attempting to find his way to the exit from the Underdark. His enemies have sworn to make him a sacrifice to the spider goddess. A couple of rules issues and questions. Looking here, when the underground river tile is drawn, that tile indeed does have a mushroom patch on it. And personally, my opinion at this time is that there is nothing in the rules that in any way indicates that that monster placement, the monster placement for that tile, should be ignored. So not only, in my opinion, do you draw monsters here for these two places, but you also have the placement of a monster here. That's just my opinion, and that's the way I'm going to play it at this time. I did happen to look up one other session report posted by someone online, and they did it with photographs as well. And it looked like when they were in the similar situation, they also had 3 monsters placed. So there could be some differing opinions on that, but I'm going to play it this way for now. I know it makes it harder, but that's what I'll do. As you may have seen noted on my other videos, back when I was fighting the goblin archer, he rolled a 1 on his attack, but he does 1 damage on a miss. So I've noted on 2 different videos that I've been needing to put another damage marker on my character to bring him up to 9 hit points of damage. So that's a correction that is not in my favor. However, I also neglected to remove my stance token to reduce the damage from the troll attack. So I'm going to cut myself a break there, take that off, and just put this back off to the side. So I think that brings me up to an accurate standing. Drizzt has suffered 8 hit points of damage and can take 10 before he drops. And I only have 1 healing surge. And I have a feeling I'm going to be using that. So let's prepare these monsters for their go at me again. But fortunately, Drizzt gets to go first because it's the hero phase. So let me think about this. I've got some careful decisions to make, and let's see what I can do. Alright, I've taken some time to think about this. And I currently see the troll as the biggest threat. Just looking at the monster cards, he's the one that can do the most damage, and he's the one that has the most hit points. So I think I'm going to try a daily power, and I kind of wish I hadn't have spent that other one on the Goblin Champion. But this is Lone Drow, and it says, an outcast from his own society, Drizzt is used to fighting alone. Move your hero up to his or her speed, then attack 1 adjacent monster. +6, 3 damage on a hit, 1 on a miss. The advantage of this is that I can make a move with this power, but then my move action is still available to me. So that is an extra movement that I'm allowed to make because of that power, which is nice. So it's a bit reckless, but I think I'm going to try to rush past the hunting drake and do my best to cut at the troll and do as much damage to him as I can. +6 to the attack. The troll is not that difficult to hit. He's got an armor class of 12, so I'm going to need a 6 or higher Let's see how we do. A 13. That is a hit, so that does 3 damage. We turn this over. 3 damage to the troll. Let me get the damage marker. It's kind of neat in this set. You've got some damage markers that have values higher than 1. So we've got 3 damage on the troll, and since there's only 1 troll on the board, I'm tempted to just put these on his card. Normally I don't do that, but for the moment I think I will. So he's got 1 hit point left, and due to Drizzt's power, where he is an expert combatant, I can make an additional attack. And all I have to do is hit the troll 1 more time, so I don't really need to use Icing Death for this. Icing Death, which will do additional damage on an 18 or higher. I want to try to get the Twinkle's stance token back on there to reduce damage against me. So let's see if we can hit with our Twinkle attack. +6, I need a 6 or higher. That's a 2. And that's a miss. But we have a Scrimshaw Charm, which we can use after a die roll, and it allows us to re-roll that die, and we flip this over after it's used. So let's re-roll this now and hope. There we go, we got a 10. That's a 16. With the monster's armor class of 12, that's a hit, so we get our stance token back on Twinkle, and the troll is decapitated. So putting the twin scimitars under his neck, Drizzt pulls them through and slays the mighty troll that was guarding the bridge to the escape. So the troll is out, and now it is time to take his card into our experience point pile. And I know many of you are screaming, "Where's the treasure? Where's the treasure?" Let me draw the treasure card now. Cat's Eye Headband. This circlet grants the ability to see in the dark. I think Drizzt can do that anyway. While this item is in play, your hero gains a +2 bonus to attack rolls against monsters that are not on his or her tile. That's not going to help me very much. That's definitely good for a player that has a ranged attack. Well, I will take it. I have no choice but to do so. I don't think I'm going to get much use out of that, though. Still got my movement. Now, the Drider ahead of me is on the bridge. I cannot get by. Maybe what I want to do is back up a little bit. I think the Drider's fast though, isn't he? If he is within 2 tiles, it moves adjacent and attacks. Its otherwise tactic is it moves 2 tiles and that's it. So we want to try to somehow get 3 tiles away from this thing. So with a move of 9, thanks to the Necklace of Speed, we might be able to do it. 1 tile, 2 tiles, and this would make 3. So I might want to actually move back to where I was. 1, 2, 3, 4. And try to call these monsters over to my position so I can have a clear path to get out of here. So that's going to be my movement. I've made both of my attacks. I do have the Twinkle stance token on my card, so I can reduce a point of damage next turn, which might come from this Hunting Drake. No, he's not going to make it to me either. Well, anyway, we need to proceed now to the the exploration phase, and I did not explore. So when you don't explore, and I think this is the first turn in the game I have not done so, you go down to the villain phase, and it says if you didn't place a tile, then you need to draw an encounter card. So we have an encounter card coming now, and the encounter card says Mark of Loth. The Spider Queen desires nothing but your death. Your hero is cursed. Place this card on your hero as a reminder. Each hero with at least one curse, including yours, takes 1 damage when this card is played. Okay. At the end of your hero phase, your hero can take 1 damage to discard this card. We're cursed. So we're going to put that down here on my character, and we take a point of damage from the curse. So the Spider Goddess, if her minions can't kill me, perhaps her curse can. So there we go, 9 points of damage. Don't let me forget though, I might be able to cancel that. How much experience do I have? Why don't I do that? That might be the smart thing to do. For 5 experience points. Let's cancel this curse. So we're going to cancel that encounter card. Remove that hit point of damage as if it never happened. And we'll turn these cards over like we did when we leveled up. That experience point, those experience points are used. And we'll put this into the discard pile. Okay, now we're on to the rest of the villain phase, which is it's time to activate the monsters. The next monster up in line to go is the Hunting Drake. And if he is within 1 tile, which he isn't, then he moves 2 tiles toward the hero with the fewest hit points remaining. So if he's within 1 tile, he will attack. But if he's not within 1 tile, he moves 2 tiles away. It's interesting that mushroom patch is on the edge, which would actually put him adjacent to me, but that's not how this works, because I am 2 tiles away. So that's an interesting note there. So he's going to move 2 tiles toward me. 1, 2. He's going to actually run all the way around behind me and perhaps try to flank me from behind. Next comes the Drider. If the Drider is within 2 tiles of a hero, it moves adjacent. 1, 2, no, is within 2 tiles of a hero. I am not within 2 tiles of a hero, so the Drider is going to move 2 tiles toward the hero, and that's it. So he scurries across the bridge and then comes up here and stops here. So although he is adjacent to me now, you can see from his tactics being 3 tiles away, 1, 2, 3, which was the tactical choice I made, he doesn't get an attack, and that was the plan. So Drizzt is in pretty good shape there. As he lured his enemies toward him, he may try to make a break for it now that there's a space there, and see if he can get closer to the exit. I hope you'll join me for the next turn.